here with God's Strength coming up in just about 5 seconds. Minor exchange, but
that was really nice poking from both teams. Like, as soon as Misery stole the stun, he just went right back in. And both teams just positioning. Like, that was amazing positioning from Complexity. The fact that nobody else died there, on their team at least, they immediately glimmer caped as soon as they saw danger. It was really well done. They're thinking a step ahead consistently in these team fights, and it shows.
Yeah, now the Vladimir's offering picked up by Z-Freak. More armor coming out for Complexity, itemizing in a similar fashion as they did in the last game against the Gyro with the AC on top of the Warcry, on top of the Vlads. It makes a big difference against this flat cannon, and we already talked about that Crimson Guard that was picked up a while ago. More big items, though, here, Purge. Envy secures his Satanic as the Shadow Fiend gets his MKB. So
his damage is good now. We don't always see this with SF. A lot of times they build for tankiness into HP, and then eventually one damage item. Well, he's got two on top of all that tankiness and HP. So this is the part where Shadow Fiend is very, very serious as a damage dealer because he has that free built-in AC more or less because of the -6 armor from his presence. And, of course, he's got Necromastery. So he's actually a pretty good late-game hard carry. He's not the best, but he's very solid based on his farm rate. And Swindle Melons has played excellent this game. He's got 474 last hits. It is incredible. 5-1 and 4, awesome performance from him. But the only lacking that he got out of this is that the mech is gone. He had to sell it because at this stage in the game, a damage item is far better. So they have slightly less heal going into their team fights from here on out.
Yeah, this is that point where it would be nice if the Darks here could get Guardian Greaves.
That
or
would be okay,
like that.
I think. Mech is kind of weak late game because it's such a low percentage of your heal. But it might be worth it, honestly, as the next item. It adds a lot of value, and it's only about a 4,000 gold item for the upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of expensive, but
dealing with slots will be the next big issue here.
The charge is coming, and they're split.
They're going for Eternal Envy. He's the
charge
target. They've got the gem as well. Oh, stun on 2. The cleave from Sven. The 2 from Cloud9 just evaporate.
The Shadow Blade on Spear Picker sets that up perfectly. Like, even if they didn't come from the trees there, he's invisible as he's charging, so it's so hard to see coming. The stun lands, they get the chain stun, no BKB on Gyro.
Is this like GG, though? Envy's down for over a minute. He has no buyback here, Purge.
It's certainly a Rax unless C9 pulls out something amazing right now, and they're just not 5-manning as much as Complexity is.
They glyph it straight away, and now the Tier 3 tower will be exposed. Hex onto Swindle.
Did they Lotus Orb that, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Now Swindle initiated on. He'll pop his BKB. The Dream Pill has been used, but it's only on 1.
Oh, he broke his tether. He's stunned for 4.5 seconds. That gives him some advantage here. The ward's almost down. Great stun from Misery. Ziz is going to go down. The Nether Ward does end up falling, and they're trying to do their best to hold them back. Gyro's up in 34 seconds. No Tail goes down, though, so 2 versus 1. Decent initiation as whole. Z-Freak goes in. Oh, great lift from Misery.
Beautifully done. They're still taking the barracks, so they've got another 20 seconds before Envy comes up. No buyback on Big Daddy. Now Misery just falls apart. The gem hits the deck. Buyback used by the Sven. Does he have BOTs to get back into the fight? He does not. He's going to do it the old-fashioned way. Uphill both ways. Now the mech purchased by Moon. He actually is going to go for the Guardian Greaves that we were just talking about as they rotate mid to finish off the range barracks. That's now a 2-lane of barracks advantage for Complexity. And even though Cloud9 will hang on a little bit longer, their fate in this series not looking good.
And they might as well keep pressuring this, even though it's kind of a scary situation with Sven being dead. They still have 2 dead heroes. 1 dead hero. Bounty Hunter does not have buyback here. Rubik buying back. Are they going to initiate first? Eternal Envy.
He comes out the other side. He just gets destroyed. He still doesn't have a buyback. He's out of the game for a minute and a half, and now it seems to be all over for Cloud9. They call the GG, and Complexity take a 2-0 over C9 in a very impressive series. What a performance from this team.
This team is just so good. Like, every single one of their players knows their roles, and they're playing full teamwork. Every single time, they're always on the same page with some very, very rare exceptions. They're playing the map correctly. They understand Dota at the highest level. It's so clear to see, and their drafting is also top tier. And they play a little bit differently as well. Like as we said before, the Ziz roaming on Sven, so it's catching other teams off guard. They're feeling way more pressure than they normally expect. Like, it seems like all the other teams, they rely on like one hero to be that pressure hero. They pick a Bounty Hunter, and teams can't deal with that. Well, when your entire team on Complexity pressures, and they all kind of play like cores, and they all have perfect teamwork, how do you beat them? Like, because they just look amazing right now. We haven't seen them versus the other top performing teams. They did play against Secret, and I believe they got 2-0'd.
They were 2-0'd by Secret. That was the Techie series where they played Techies in Game 1, and then Secret beat them with Techies in Game 2.
Okay, so I think it was the vice versa.
It was vice versa, you're right, because Secret played the Pugna in Game 2 to counter it. So you're right, it was.
So they're having trouble versus Secret, but versus all the other teams, they're looking really awesome. They haven't played EG nor CDEC because they're in the opposite group, but man, Complexity, they made top 4 guaranteed with this, and let's see their max points that they could get. That puts them from 7, I believe, to 10, and they have one more match to go. They could go all the way up to 13 points, notably behind Secret and LGD Gaming, and they did play LGD as well. I'm not sure what that matchup was, but they're doing really well, guaranteeing themselves top 4, and a lot of money, which is amazing. I was thinking about that earlier. A lot of these guys kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, obviously they were very big HON players, but at least in the Dota 2 scene, a lot of them coming out of nowhere and placing so high.
Ziz in particular, he's actually the first Latino American player ever in a TI. So it's for him in particular that he really came out of nowhere. He doesn't have a long competitive history. So.
Competitive history, yeah. He's a very long-term NA Dota player.
Yeah.
And a lot of people knew about him from there and knew he was the top player, but he's making it work on this team.
Absolutely.
And Complexity just obviously has the teamwork down. They take a 2-0 versus Cloud9. That puts Cloud9 at 10 points. They have, I don't think they could tie with Fnatic if Fnatic gets 2 2-0s, but Cloud9, that was their last game, by the way, so they're stuck at 10 points. There is a chance that they could go tied with Fnatic, and Fnatic could then advance over them. Cloud9 could be bottom 4 because of this. They need at least one win to guarantee their top 4, so things get scary. Who's Fnatic playing then?
They're playing LGD, and then they play Complexity next on Stream 1. Okay. So I think they're still playing LGD right now.
Let me check some spoilers, because I'm sure Game 1 has shown, and it actually hasn't. We haven't had a conclusion, or at least the website hasn't updated yet for Fnatic LGD, so we'll have to check out to see how that series is going. Oh, yeah, the refresh button. Good idea. You're smart.
That might help. But yeah, that'll be a tough series for Fnatic, but if they win out, things will get very interesting. So with that, folks, we'll have a quick break, and then we'll have Na'Vi versus Invictus Gaming coming up next on this stream. I'm Zyori, he's Purge. Stick around because there's plenty more Dota 2 coming your way.